Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be setting up for the month of April. Now, if this is your very first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about planning life and managing money. I have multiple hats that I have to wear. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 2 daughters. I have 1 preteen and 1 teenager. I'm a caregiver to my parents. I also am an entrepreneur full-time. I have The Organized Money, and I also am a pastor. Me and my husband have a church here in New Orleans. And on this channel, I talk about how I keep everything organized because I believe in organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. So if that interests you, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and get into today's video. So I'm switching you over to a top-down shot so that we can get started with my setup. Now, the first thing that I like to do is actually to plan my day. This doesn't happen in my planner. This happens in my daily processing notebook. I have some daily sheets here, and this is where I will map out my day. And the reason why I want to start off with planning my day is because setting up for the month of April is not the only thing that I have to do today. I have a bunch of other stuff. I have some church admin things that I am trying to get accomplished. And so planning it out helps me to write down everything that I would like to get done at a specific time when I would like to do it, to see if it's even possible. Sometimes I am able to get through everything. A lot of times I am not, but starting here and writing everything out really helps me to kind of manage my day with a realistic expectation. I am not going to use any stickers because that is not the point of this particular spread. We are literally just writing things down for the function of it all. I just need to map out my day. We have already done the Happy Meal, so I can mark that off, and we are working on April planner setup right now. So now that I have planned out my entire day, I know exactly how I want it to go. We are going to move over to my planner because the very first thing on my daily list is to set up my planner for the month of April. So this is my planner. This is my hub. It's the one book that I use to organize my life. This one is my notebook. It's where I keep all of my notes. And this is my planner. It is my storage. It helps me to actually structure and systemize my day. Now, in my last planner related video, I talked about how I was switching up my planner, and I did simplify it. So originally at the beginning of the year, I had 6 planners within my system, and a lot of times I will need all 6 planners. However, when I have a heavy season coming on, or I just have a lot to manage, I will reduce my planners from 6 to 4, and that is where we currently are, where I currently have 4 planners in my system, and we're going to talk about all 4 and set them up for the month of April. So the first thing to note is that I only keep 1 month of every single planner within my system. The other sections of that planner go on its own set of discs, and I usually will keep it on a bookcase. So this is my weekly hourly planner, which is the very first planner that I have in my system. It is my schedule planner. It is where I will time block my day. And so this planner I use to manage it all. It is my catch-all planner. It is where I will write every single thing down, and then I might add more details in other planners. But this is the place where it starts. It's for life, it's for work, it's for church, it is for everything. So I will write it all here, and then I might write additional details in another spot. So we are going to flip over to the next month. I'm gonna pull out this month, and I'm still gonna keep in the month of March just because we are not done yet. I still have the rest of the week to go, so I'm gonna flip that page, but we are going to add the new month of April right behind it. Now, at the end of March, once I have completed the entire week, I will pull out those pages and add them back into my planner so that by the end of the year, I have the entire year on these discs. So we have the month of April behind the month of March. And the way that I am currently using this planner is I am using it to manage everything that I have going on in my entire life. I have a space for when I eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. I also have, if I work out, what I did, I can add it onto this planner. I also will keep track of my sleep number score. That's in here as well. I have my habits on the side. side, along with what I am filming for Instagram or for YouTube. I have what I'm posting on Instagram at the very bottom here, but this is my catch-all planner. It's a robust planner. It kind of helps me stay on top of all of the areas of my life. So if I am trying to see where I need to be or what I need to do, this is the planner that I will come to. But this is the first planner within my system. This is probably one of the most important planners in my system because this is where I find out what time I am doing anything else. The second planner that I am setting up is going to be my vertical planner. Now, my vertical planner is my to-do planner, and this is where I will usually keep track of additional details, additional to-dos, any ideas I have, anything that I need to brain dump. It will usually go within this planner. Now, sometimes I will set it up where I divide up the boxes by work, personal, and church, but many times I will just end up writing one really long list, no matter what it is related to, just because I need to brain dump and get it out of my head. And so that's what I started to do this week, and I found this to be the most helpful because my schedule planner has a lot of structure to it. I am really thinking through structure here, but here I just wanted to brain dump and get things out of my head. And so I am going to be adding in the month of April for this one. This is what the 12-month version of this planner looks like, and I am just going to pull over a blank month. So now we are ready to go for the month of April. The next planner that I have in here is my faith planner, and my faith planner is where I will do all of my Bible studies, sermon notes, just anything that I am currently studying. And so I'm going to add in the next month within this one. And this is the 12-month version of my faith planner. And so I'm just going to pull out the month and pop it behind here. And now I have my soap sheets and everything else for the month of April. And then the last planner I have in here is my budget planner. My budget planner is just where I am keeping up with all of our bills and everything that I need to pay throughout the course of the month. And so I'm going to pull out the month. Pop this in, and now we have the blank pages in here and ready to go. So after this, I do have my future section, and in my future section, I have my calendar. So my calendar is where I will keep up with everything that's coming up in the future months, which right now, this is the one that I have for April. I am going to pull all of this information from the month of April and actually add it into my monthly calendar on my schedule planner. This will help me to map out everything that's coming up for the month, to think it through and start the process of planning this month. So I'm going to put this off to the side, and we are going to set it up for the month of April. So we're going to keep it extremely simple this month because I know that I need to have a lot of space for all of the things that kind of come up throughout the course of the month. I found that that was happening a lot last month, where I was trying to squeeze in a couple of things because I ran out of space within my calendar box, and I still had more things to put in because this is my catch-all, which means I'm trying to put everything on this calendar so I have one spot where I can look at everything that's coming up. It's very challenging sometimes. So what I am going to do this month is just add dots instead of highlighting the entire word. I'm just going to add these dots in order to signify if an event is personal, if it's church related, or if it's work related. So throughout the month, I am just going to map out all of the important things that I currently know. Any meetings that I currently have, doctor's appointments that is currently coming up with my parents, or any church related events that we will have. I'm just going to mark them all over the page so that when I flip to this calendar, I can easily see what's coming up for the month. The other thing that I am not doing that I was doing in previous months is adding the time to my monthly calendar. So I am no longer adding the time of these particular events to my calendar, only the fact that they are happening. And that is also to save space. So if I want to know a specific time, I'm going to flip to that week in order to see what time this thing is coming up, or I can look at my Google Calendar, because anytime I have something that is specific time related, I will also add it to my Google Calendar to make sure that my phone notifies me and I don't forget anything. And as far as my highlighters are concerned, I do carry them with me at all times. So if I do need to add something else, even if I'm on the go, I will have these highlighters with me so that I can add it and add the colorful dot alongside with it. But after I have pulled everything from my portrait style calendar, this is what my planner looks like right now. I did add a space at the very bottom for what's coming up next month, and any notes that I might have, I will add them to my sidebar. Now this is probably the simplest my planner has looked in quite some time, but like I said, it's for the best within this particular season. I just have so much going on. I can't add too many stickers. So I am going to pop the month of April at the back here, because that is what I do with the portrait calendars. I add them behind all of the months, and then the very next month is at the front here, so that I can continue to add anything that's coming up for the month of May. But we have set up my schedule planner for the month of April, and as you can see, it looks very different from this one. I had added more stickers when I was doing the month of March, and you see how crowded it got. It got really, really crowded. I even had to add additional things at the bottom here. I believe that's because I was also adding in my times here. I also was not starting at the bottom or the very top of the box. I was kind of writing in the middle of the box, and I switched that as well. I either started at the top of the box so that I still have space if I need to write in more information, or I started at the bottom of the box so I still have space here. I didn't do that in this month, and it definitely became very challenging for me to add things as I went. So guys, let me know if you're making any changes for the month of April. I hope that this one has helped you. I will see you all in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.